guys, how are we all diddling? I hope we're all doing really well. If you are new around here, please drop a like, please drop a subscribe. It does mean the world to me. We're nearly at 600, which is absolutely mental that many people of you watch me. Really do appreciate it. It does mean a hell of a lot to me. And today what we're doing is we're going to react to where it all first started. For me, we go right back to June 2019. It's the Essendon Carlton game. Good mate of mine, Terry from Blue Abroad, where most of you will know me from. He went and helped Port Adelaide out in the Shanghai game and asked me to step in as the guest analyst. And that's where it all started. I remember this day really well. It was the last game of the Bolton era. It was a dark time. I was nervous. I was excited. It was new to me. I was very nervous as well, just because I was an English guy talking about AFL. I'd copped a lot of abuse on the forums as well, so it was kind of a coming of age really. So I thought, why don't we have a bit of a laugh and we go back and we'll have a quick thing. It's quite a long video, so we're gonna brief it down and we'll do some special guest comments. And let's check it out. Let's get straight into it. Well, I mean, first off, just looking at it, that jumper. Now, I remember this jumper really well. I remember copping a shed ton of abuse for this jumper. I can't tell you, I've copped abuse online a lot. Some good, some bad, some makes me chuckle. I copped probably more abuse for this jumper than anything else I've ever done. And I just look at it already aesthetically. We've got that horrific orange couch, the jumper, the hair, and look at the backdrop, Dan. The frick is going on, man? Like, it's not even put up right. What was I doing? What a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaker already. 28 minutes long. Yeah, I remember it, the 41-point loss, man. And let's watch it. It should be good value. A bit of bants.
Right guys, welcome to Blues Abroad, special guest star me.
Oh my gosh, we got to stop there. Blues Abroad. I couldn't even get the freaking name right, could I? What is... Oh, this is Cringe City here.
Favourite Pom, sir?
No one knew me.
Where did we go after that game? A tough 41-point loss, we just witnessed it. And it's hard to put into words that. I've got some novelty notes.
Some novelty notes. Things have changed. I still write notes, but I don't actually physically write them. They are on my screen in front of me. This is the first time I've actually watched it as we pause it there. Notice that I'd kind of got used to losing at that stage. You see now, like, I'm very theatrical. I like when you watch me from here on in, I'm usually very theatrical after a loss. But yeah, man, gee, I remember it so bad. It was such a horrific day.
That I wrote here. It was a tough
Move the
one.
camera quality.
I mean, the big one for me is when you play in the wet. You look at good teams in the wet. You think of good players in the wet. That it's passion, heart, and basic skills. And I think today we were found out on that aesthetic that we don't.
That aesthetic, look at that, hey, using the big words. Yeah, gosh, I remember it. It's actually bringing back memories because I can actually hear, knowing me, and you guys see and girls see more of the internet persona of me, which is very similar, I've got to say. I'm very out there, but genuinely when I'm upset, I'm either reserved like this, or I'm really angry, upset, that you see more on the fan cams and stuff. This is like literally me after a loss 3 hours, so everyone now gets the benefit of seeing me 10 minutes after it. This is like, you know, when I've processed it, I've had a couple of cups of tea, and I'm just really hating life. It's quite entertaining to see this, but I can't get over the jumper, man.
Have them basic skills. Do we have a heart? Do we have passion? Watching that, it doesn't feel like we do. And I've been saying this all week, that You talk about the AFL, you look at the VFL that we descend from. Carlton is a fabric. It's.
You see, that is spot on there, what I was saying. That is something that I often say to Carlton fans, especially around this time, because at this time it was mass trust the process. It was like being a Philly fan, but having no hope. It was just the hope was based on the fact that 90% of the list was 18 years old, and I remember that it was Essendon couldn't get built. You can't build that game up anymore. Essendon fans who watch this will know the rivalry between us and their club is historic. It's huge. It's big. And I remember in the lead up of the game as well, Bolton said that winning isn't the be all and end all. And as a Pom, a head coach in a rival game, not building it up is, to me, a worrying sign. Now, I love Bolton as a person, and I think he was given a very tough job. I think that job was not for the faint-hearted, but yeah, man, I was so cut, man. Like, so bad that I didn't even brush my hair. And is my face really that shape? I hope now I've lost a bit of weight. It isn't. Weird. Let's skip ahead anyway.
Well, that forward line just looks like they've never played together. It should be getting better. They're playing more games. Matchups are a big thing for me. If you ever see me and Dane
Scratch my
debate
face.
in the Carlton pages, I'm a massive fan of the backlines. I love backlines. It's something that
Nothing's
comes
changed.
from a soccer background.
Froth
It's not
the
as
background.
aggressive as this game. So I like to see a good defence, and some of the matchups are just mind-boggling. Like Marchbank and Ploughman on Tipper Woody. I'd love to see what that discussion was.
Funny that, because now I'm one of the biggest advocates of Lockie Ploughman on a small, dangerous forward. He's had a terrific career now since this moment. We know that under Teague, he stopped Cameron, he stopped Walters. He's got a penchant for it. I hear around the AFL circles a lot of small forwards tell me that Lockie Ploughman's pocket is really warm and comfortable and really accommodating, which is good to hear, because he has a lot of them in his pocket. It's weird about that, in the progression of Teague to Bolton, how the system has changed and how certain players do it. One of my memories of this game was just how defensive and how cautious we are. And you don't really see that in Carlton games anymore under Teague, apart from when we have the 6-goal spreads, where that seems to come back. It seems to be indoctrinated in the Carlton way. It's too cautious, and when you're too cautious in any sport, whatever sport you're playing, you allow pressure. When you're cautious, you allow pressure. One of the only ways to beat pressure is to be expansive and expressive, and counterpunch, especially in a team sport like this. I remember it. I can't get over the jumper, man. What was going on there? I've still got that jumper, actually. It's way too big for me. Let's skip to the end.
He looks to go inside. He looks to take the game on.
Oh, who's
Tom
this we're
McGrath
talking
for
about?
most of the game, and I think he did really well. He lays some lovely tackles. He's not scared to get stuck in. His distribution's pretty good. I think that's getting better as well. He's starting to hit targets more, and he's starting to... I like the way he looks inside. A lot of our players just look down that wing, and you see in the forums a lot of Carlton fans say, oh, where's the plan B? Well, in case you haven't noticed, it's the forwards going to the back line, and we just bomb it down the wing, because given...
Oh, gosh. Yeah, the going down the wing and bomb it in. Oh, that was a bugbear probably for like 3 years. Every so often we resort to that plan B. Oh, God. Thankfully not so much anymore. Oh, God, this was such a bad day, man. Like, I hate losing, but to Essendon and Pies, it hurts the most. It hurts the most.
Go full forward. Your thoughts on...
A good
where
video
the
always
Alex,
ends well.
The King of Perth, the solo. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're the King of Perth, please piss off back there. Prince of Perth. Prince of Pants at the moment.
Prince of Pants.
Wow,
The banter's got a
that
bit
guy's
better.
bad. Hard to believe that 3 years ago this guy was keeping Elliott out of the team, and they were looking at trading Elliot.
Jesus, do you remember that? Alex Fasolo joining us. Wow. We've had some bad signings.
I think our next choice has to be someone with authority, someone with passion, someone that bleeds this club.
Hey, we went to...
It's hard to watch, and I don't want to bash the boys. I really don't. I love them. They're a massive part of my week, and we've all got to go to work tomorrow, and we all know a Bombers fan. It's tough, but for me, I think now's the time that, in the immortal words of Rex Hunt, a fat lady is singing, and Bolton, it's time to go. It's not acceptable. We're Carlton Football Club. This
one of my first big calls.
The AFL. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I think I've dragged it out. It's been
I do that a lot, don't I? Slap my
Terry.
hands.
Thank you to you all. You've all been supportive. I've got some lovely messages this morning. Next week against the Lions, let's bring some intensity.
What a win that was as well.
Let's bring some fresh faces in, and I love you all. Let's all stay together though, please. Let's try not to have the arguments. These are my opinions. I'd love to know who you thought best on ground Casbolt was for me. I'd held my hands up and said I was a Casbolt, anti-Casbolt fan. Now I'm a massive fan.
Big fan now.
Enjoy the week, guys. Go Blues.
Well, I mean, that's really eye-opening. I mean, my initial thoughts were, it was very... You can see I was nervous. I mean, one of the takeouts for this is how much that's grown. Because how much you all have supported me. And that is something that's been really heartwarming through the COVID thing. And allow me to be emotional, if you will. I really thank you all for all the love and support and kindness you showed me then. And to where we are now, and to having my own channel and doing this, it's amazing. I mean, hopefully I don't wear crap shirts, and hopefully my hair looks a bit better. I know I've got a hairband in, but it's a new thing. We're trying it. It's a midlife crisis. But I really do appreciate every one of you who comments and likes and subscribes and sends me messages. It does mean the absolute world to me. And just sharing my love, which is sport and football, and it's great. It's great. But I mean, that was the first video. Yeah, man. Shit backdrop, gash hair, weird jumper. It was good fun. It was good fun to go back. I mean, it's amazing how the production quality's kind of amped up. But yeah, that was my first video. Let me know in the comments. Did you watch the first ever video that I did? Have you been one of the OGs? It'd be great to hear from you. Until next time, Pommy out.